Welcome back, everyone. Tomorrow is going to be a very, very important day. We have CPI data, which is basically measuring the rates of inflation, is going to come out for last month. We're going to see a lot of price action tomorrow. It's going to be a pretty important day in the market. So make sure that you guys are ready for that. We'll be going over exactly what we might see happen, and let's get into it. So, boom. All right, yep. Like I said, watch Tuesday's inflation number. It could be the driver gold price median, let's say. Basically, inflation from June are going to be coming out, and it's going to go up. It's definitely going to go up. Inflation. There's no way it doesn't. It's going to have an effect on the market in some negative way. So let's get into what is Bitcoin doing? Okay. Well, what does this mean? Okay, what does this mean? Let's go Bitcoin here. Take this off. Yep. So we're going to go on Bitcoin on the daily chart, show you guys exactly what I'm seeing here. This does not look too good. We're actually on the 12-hour. I'll go in the daily quick. We wanted to see some more upwards momentum. The fact that we kind of had this downward spiral throughout today, and we have that data coming out tomorrow, does not look good at all. I do expect some downwards price action. Maybe we'll come up to the top of this trend here and bounce back down. But we have just been making higher low, and probably going to make another higher low after this breakthrough trend. I'm expecting some sort of move, I would say all the way down to probably around the 315 level. We do have some support and buying back power here. As you guys can see, we haven't had a daily candle close in the zone, right? So we know if we do have price push down to this zone, we're probably not going to have a daily candle close there. So we haven't had it happen yet. Who knows? This might be the time, but for the time being, I would take those odds 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times we've come into the zone and we haven't closed a daily candle in it. That being said, let's go to the 12-hour candles. What are we seeing on the 12-hour time frames? All right. Well, we haven't been able to break above this 55 EMA. We kind of, we had a little wick above it once, twice. We weren't even able to get enough momentum to even touch it this time. So it leads me to believe, we didn't touch it 2 times, that we are slowing down on this momentum to the upside. What are indicators showing us? Okay. This is pretty interesting right here. This is judging volatility in some sort of oscillator. And you guys have to understand, we had some sort of triple top. This was in June, had that dip, but we've kind of been bullish on this momentum to the upside with this, and it has a pretty good hit rate. I would say that, when we have some sort of triple top like we do here, I would expect some downside momentum. And this is on the 12-hour, right? We'll go to the daily. Daily is just showing that we're still kind of extremely high with this right now. We still haven't really experienced any sort of large dip to the downside yet. But I am looking forward to seeing what's going to happen tomorrow. I do think that we might have some price go down to these zones, but I do expect some buying back pressure, especially around, if we do get to this 30K level. Would not expect a 12-hour candle to close down in this level. It really hasn't. So something to take into consideration. These will be some great buying opportunities if we do get down to that level. The data that's going to come out tomorrow, it's not going to look too hot. I can guarantee you that. So important to stay out on the watch for that, on the prowl for some good volatility tomorrow. Probably send price up. They might, send price up to the top of this, on the top of this trend line right here. I could expect that type of move just to grab some more liquidity up there before they send price down. But for the most part, just playing inside this range until we really do make a move to either side with momentum and everything is looking good. Need to make sure that we definitely see, some sort of indication that we're going to have that sort of move, right? We do see CCI, it's just kind of in the middle, still can have that correction to the downside. We do see some bearish divergence on a lot of these indicators that we're looking at right here. My MACD oscillator does show that we do have another bearish signal that is coming in on the 12-hour. We do have this cross, guys. Every time we cross with RSI on these EMA levels, if we cross normally all 3 of them, it is not looking good for the next day or so. on the downside. We have had a few times where we've recovered a little bit, but it's still not, most likely to happen. So I would expect, everything's kind of pointing to the downside. Obviously, we could still have that push to the upside, to the top of this trends, but I don't expect us to break out of this 34,400 until we have, a 12-hour candle, right? Let's even go to the 8-hour, okay? Even if we have an 8-hour candle, right? 8-hour candle close above that, I wouldn't expect this 34,400. I wouldn't expect, too much volatility to the upside. They haven't allowed it to happen. This is a very, very strong resistance level that we have on the longer time frame for exactly what has transpired today. And it's just important to know that, this is our sell zone. These are where people are selling when we do get to these zones up in this area. So this is our resistance area, right? This is our supports. Below this is our main supports, where if price does get down in here, this will be some great opportunities with, not much risk oriented, as we've done this 7 times where we've gone to this level and we bounce back to the upside, right? Who knows how bad the ICP data will be? I do believe that it'll be pretty freaking bad. Inflation is, they can't hide the numbers forever. If not this month, next month will probably be bad. But they have, I don't know. I mean, guys, they could always lie about that. We all know that, a lot of it's just, it's in a bubble right now. A lot of people are predicting it. But yeah, like I said, I would expect, maybe we come down, we break through this trends, and we consolidate in this sort of level that we see right here. We'll just go over support and resistance, right? So we see support 30K. We have support at 28K. This is for the downside movement, which I really do think it's going to be hard for us to break upwards out of this trend, especially when we're showing all of this downside in volatility. This is a volume oscillator. All of this downside in volatility. Very hard for us to get that push back to the upside. Everything is kind of pointing towards the downside on the longer time frames. Okay. So that being said, we're going to go in the shorter time frames, see exactly where everything's pointing towards. We did have a nice push down today. Hit the top of the trends, pushed our way down, made it towards the bottom of the trend, had a little bounce off this bottom of the trends, and now all of these indicators are making their ways up. That's why I do think that we will probably see some sort of push, at least to around, let's just say this 34,200 level. On the 1 hour, we might not even be able to get up there. I would just say that 34K could also be used as a sort of resistance. It's been used as a resistance multiple times. But we do have some very, very nice price action, guys, off of this 32K level. We've had some great pivotal points off this level in the past. A lot of volatility around this level. Let's bring up our VPVR. Let me pull up that volume profile. Oh, there we go. So yeah, off of this, we do have quite a lot of volatility, which is nice to see. I do enjoy some great volatility, and I do expect some sort of movements. Probably not, large tonight. We don't know. Asia is opening up, and they are active right now. So we'll have to really make sure to see what they want to do in the middle of the night. Most likely, we'll have to wait till the morning to really get that significant confirmation to put in some nice orders. I do expect, they might even bring price just up to around this 33.63 level. If they do want to, push price up tomorrow, they're going to need to hold this level, which is this 36,300 support. So make sure that this one is on your guys' TA as well. As you guys can see, right? This is a major support. If we stay below it and we're not able to break out above, we are going to see some sort of dip tomorrow. I can guarantee that. If we do see consolidation in this zone right here. But for the most part, right, Bitcoin is looking a little bit bearish. That's kind of just the update, right? We do have our resistance, the upside movement. We need to break above this 34,200, more or less. We need to have an 8-hour, 12-hour, or daily close above that if we even want to, consider the fact that we are bullish. I remember saying this all the time, guys, right? We always say this: as quick as we come up, we go down. As quick as we go down, we can go up, though, as well. So this is kind of the pivotal point, this 33,300 level. If we do break above it with enough momentum, look at these zones that Bitcoin can take out, right? We gotta look at the upside as well. Just take that into consideration. Look at those 3 nice, juicy red candles. If Bitcoin somehow miraculously comes up to these zones, right, and we do have enough momentum, we can break above this sort of resistance that we have here in this sell zone. And if we do break above it, they can just grab, boom, candlestick liquidity, candlestick liquidity, hit this 34,200 level, and definitely large move right there that could be possible. Let's just map that out. It's around a 1.8% move. Very easy for them to recover those candles. But besides the point, is looking a little bit bearish on the macro trend. So be very careful if you guys are going to be in the markets longing tomorrow. Just make sure to really get some confirmation before going into that. So we're going to get into some altcoins here, right? I am looking at Atom currently. I'm looking at Atom on the longer time frames. As we see, we are in this channel, right? We're in this easy channel, guys. Look at this is a channel. This is trend supports, or this is trend resistance. Let's turn this to red. And this is trend support, easy channel, boom, mapped out, done, right? This is basic TA, but we're going to go a little bit more complex into Cosmos. All right, so this is the historical volume data that we have. We broke out of, this is basically like Bollinger Bands. These high levels, it's very hard once these coins do break out of these higher levels, right? We always seem to have some resistance. It can't hold above these higher levels unless we're in bull market, right? Of course it can, just as much as it can't hold below them for too long. But basically what this is showing us is Atom had quite a rise. We've been in this green zone longer than per usual, considering the fact that we are in a bearish market with price action. So I would expect, Bitcoin has a turn to the downside. Atom's going to have a nice return back to the dark side of this red equation. It has been doing very well on this volume. As you guys can see right here, the upwards momentum has been in tune with Atom. If we do come back up here and retest this trend resistance and Bitcoin does look bullish, it obviously could have a breakout to this 1648 level. Just take that into consideration. I would not enter anything in this trade unless we do see, a nice rejection, a nice momentum indicators that are pointing to downside for Atom. On the 12-hour, we are still looking bearish, though. We do have a bearish divergence on Atom. We still have a lot farther to go to really get some good signals, but I'm just saying be careful if you guys are going to be trading any of these altcoins. If you guys are, make sure you know what you're doing with Bitcoin. RSI is extremely high with Atom because we've had that pump up. We still haven't broke through this channel right here. When we do and we dip below these EMAs, they retest for supports, as resistance, and we're probably most likely to see this trend reversed and see some downside with Atom, right? Still looks a little bit bearish here. So we're going to go on the smaller time frames, just kind of see what's happening there. See if things do look too well for an entry. 1350, 14K. Right. So no, yep. I would just say for the most part, we do have this resistance right here that has panned out pretty well for the most part, but we gotta be careful with this one, just because our altcoins, you want to get nice entries. You don't want to rush. You want to be patient, obviously. So important to do that. Another one is Solana, right? Look at how we pop out of this red zone, right? We're in this red zone. We rejected, right? Boom, we finally break up into that green zone. It's kind of like this is resistance. We break the resistance. This is supports. We fall through. It's kind of just a resistance support indicator. It's almost like VWAP, but a little bit different in that sense of things. I'll throw on the VPR, see where we have volatility. Yep, we are in a low volatile zone for Solana. Overall, guys, right? Solana is extremely overbought, in my opinion. All-time highs, we're only at 58. You guys might be thinking to yourself, that's not that high. It's only down 47%. It really hasn't had that large of a dip. And I am expecting if Bitcoin does go back to those 30K levels, Solana hasn't had much volume, guys. Look at this volume on Solana, right? Slowly fading away, right? We see that slowly fading away. it is probably going to be due for some sorts of pump to the downside. That is my best bet with Solana. If we do see that volume increase and we see a more than average volume on the daily, we know that we're going to see a breakout, and we're going to be able to probably break through some key resistance levels. But the downside for Solana is going to come, and when it comes, it's going to be gnarly because how low this has gotten. Not much of Solana is staked. If you guys want some advice, go look at what coins you're trading. If you're going to be shorting any sort of altcoin, you better make sure that it isn't staked to the max, because if you have a coin like ADA where 70%, 80%, whatever the hell it is staked by Charles goddamn Hodgkins, whatever his name is, it's not good, right? You don't want to be dealing with that. Solana's not too much staked, but it does have the narrative of Ethereum killer, which we all know is no real cause, and we could be looking for some nice profits. If Bitcoin does take a little dip, Solana definitely is at a key support level, looking to at least let's just map this out for you guys. Boom, supports, go to a resistance, I would say more or less. We have been in this downtrend already, inspiring with Solana. Not the biggest fan too much right here. We'll just, boom, there we go. Trend line down, not looking too well. Let's see what oscillators are saying. We'll go into some levels with Solana. Let me know any of the altcoins that you guys want me to go into. Bearish cross. Yeah, the 12 hour is not bad. I mean, it's usable daily cross to the downside. Look at this, guys. Overbought. I am making some sort of book for you guys on TA. I'm going to be going over how to use RSI, how to use all of these indicators and use them together. You guys might be like, you only need to use one indicator, right? You only need to use 2 indicators. Yeah, you're right. You don't need to use that many indicators, okay? As long as you're comfortable with however many you have and they work for you, right? If you are successful with one indicator, use it, right? You mainly need to understand market structure, price action, and you need to really understand how the market moves via volume, via chart patterns. In some sense, that's just really just market structure. I mean, I just use many indicators just to get a sense of the market. I might not be using them specifically for trades, but yeah, no, I am. It's just for confluence, to have more confidence in my trade, because all of these are pointing to some sort of direction to the downside and or to the upside, and I can have confirmation on multiple indicators. That does give me some sort of information that we're probably going to be seeing X happen. We do have some bearish divergence right here. Look how beautiful this is playing out. Boom, 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 breakdown, right? And this is right at the neckline, guys. Look at this. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Glad I caught this right here. Yeah, if we don't break out of this, guys, testing the neckline right here could make that other shoulder with Solana. I wouldn't say that to be, 100%. Maybe we just go down. There we go. Boom. Oh, shit. Trend line. Where you at? Maybe we just go down. Let's just say boom. So yeah, right around this level. Should still be around 90, 94. So it'd be around 15 or so percent. I believe on Solana, if that did go that low, but that's just a rough estimate. Don't use that. We have bearish crossover with Solana on the daily 12-hour as well. We are getting momentum to the downside. Like I said, though, yeah, you don't need to use too many indicators. I just like to, I'm trying to educate you guys on how you could use them. Support, right? This is support. It's a resistance indicator. It's a market structure. You guys might be looking like, what the hell is this? This is just market structure. It's just telling me, it's kind of like Bollinger Bands. If you guys do not know what these indicators are, just pick one, right? We'll go into RSI. I'm making a book for you guys so you guys can understand all of them. Going to be a free educational book. You guys can understand some of my strategies that I use, right? For example, RSI. If you guys just want to trade off of RSI, just wait till we're above the 70 zone or we're below the 30 zone on, if you guys are going to be doing quicker types of trades. Maybe you're doing this on the, the 15-minute. You could just wait for, a push into the 20s or to the 80s, and then a cross back over via at a support or resistance line. That's just how you use RSI. And you could add EMAs, moving averages, to them. When they cross the moving averages, we always have a push up or a push down, depending depending on market structure as well. It's pretty cool, right? It's not as hard as you think. This right here is just using MACD and also Bollinger Bands weighted percentage, just averaging Bollinger Bands out. Kind of giving me an oscillator. Kind of has somewhat to do with this, but volume's a lot different. You need to have a volume indicator, in my opinion. It's just how I trade. I need to know what volume is. That's how I've learned a lot. I'm a very big fan of VWAP and really anything to do with volume in general, as it's gotten me probably one of my favorite indicators, to be completely honest. We do have some bearish divergence on the CCI. Crossover right here could be retesting. What do I have this at here? I had that there for a reason. I'm not sure. Was looking at this earlier before I got on stream on this computer, so not sure why I had that, but a little tired right now. A little tired. Yeah, 15-minute for the most part does look a little bearish, right? Maybe we'll come down. We'll test the supports or this. Yeah, now it's support. Let's go change this to green. Boom, that's support. That's resistance. We do have that push down with Bitcoin. If we do break through trend on Bitcoin, like we said, expect a push down with these altcoins that I just talked about. But yeah, I would say, yeah, not looking too promising for Solana. You guys could look at the weekly, the monthly, the daily, whatever it might be, but just understand, those are extremely important to look at. I've gotten a lot of questions recently about, why should I not look at the weekly or the monthly? You should. I'm just not currently focusing on them because of exactly how much we are. I mean, I will look at them and get some sort of indicator off of what we might see long term, but it's not something that I want to use currently with the volatility that we see on a daily basis in the market, right? We see quite a lot of volatility, quite a lot of different price ranges, and the monthly gives you some sort of macro perspective, but with crypto, right, I would rather use crypto in its current state right now. I'd rather use some sort of indicator based off of shorter time frames or range filter on shorter time frames. All right. Telcoin. All right, we'll go into Telcoin. Yeah, for the most part, Solana not looking too good, guys. It looks like it's, dying off. We are going to be testing these support levels. We break through. Nice move to downside. I would say that we do have some sort of zone that, people would be buying Ethereum killer at, right? Good old Ethereum killer. Possibly down to this 28 zone would be a very, very easy zone to accomplish, 28 to 26. But I would just make sure to be pretty careful with that one for the most part, as Ethereum killer narrative does kind of ruin some of your gains. All right, so we'll go in the comp and then we'll go in the Telcoin. I've been looking at a little bit of comp. I've been kind of trading some of these weird getcoins recently, or I've been looking at them. I actually haven't been trading them, but I've been looking at them via alerts. It's pretty cool. Getting some alert systems set up, and it's being able to catch some of these altcoins. I'll need to leave a link for you guys to come check that out here. We'll do that, but we need to make sure. All right, 12-hour. That's resistance. Just visually, guys, just mapping this out visually, it helps you, you know what I mean? It helps you visualize this a little bit more, the ranges that we're in. You see how we're extremely above this green volume right here. This is just volume weighted average percentage, putting it into Bollinger Bands at certain levels, right? So it's grabbing the volume that we see at these certain levels, saying we have weak volume here. We're probably going to be going to the downside, and it has the higher zones, whatever it might be. Comp right now is looking actually very bearish. Why do I say that? Because we did break out on the daily into this black zone. What happens when we break out of the black zone? Boom, downside. This doesn't happen every time, right? But Bitcoin is pointing towards the bearish side, and we do break through these EMA levels yet again. With comp, I would expect some sort of movement at least to around, we'll say around the 350, 329, 350 wouldn't be a bad time to take some profits on this move. I know that's not that large of a move, and I mean, it's still pretty good, guys. That's still around, what, 8%, and then you have 20% move right there. But I would just, always set your stop losses. Where would you set your stop losses, guys, when you do these trades, right? We do have this zone right here that is a nice resistance, right? You guys see we broke down, right? broke down over here. I would set it a little bit above, just in case. You guys might want to set 50% stop loss above this zone and the other 50% above this wick right here. But we could break out to the upside. We kind of did make some sort of new resistance here. If we go across the bridge, I bet we'll see some sort of resistance. Yep, across the bridge, guys, across the mountain. Yeah, if you guys want to make your head and shoulders pattern work, I mean, these shoulders kind of look alike on the daily. Let's go on the weekly. Not really. So, yeah, don't ever force a head and shoulders pattern, guys. It's not worth it. Doesn't work like that. Can't force it. Could do different types of head and shoulder patterns, right? It can continue. It can be a reversal, but it can't just change, like draw it weird. Yeah, I'm not too bullish on comp. We are kind of in the middle of this range, though, right? We are in the middle of this range. We do have buying pressure in these zones right here, right? We do have buying pressure on the shorter macro time frame, on the 12-hour, I guess you could say. We have buying pressure here, and we have the selling pressure in this zones like we talked about. We're kind of nearing the bottom of it, right? We did dip below the 55 EMA, so make sure that you pay attention. Might be bouncing back up. Maybe we retest the zone, but this is kind of a pivotal point when we do reach these EMA zones, right? Boom to the upside, boom to the upside, right? Boom to the downside, downside. They indicate these two EMA levels, right? 55, 21. What do they indicate? Or what do they what do they indicate? Sorry. They indicate uptrend, downtrend. If we're below them, we're in a downtrend. What do you do? Okay. What do you do when we're below them? When you see, you see volume, price action, right? Looks right. You guys could even just use the EMA levels, right? When we dip below them and we retest, right? It's a good indicator that we're going to break down until we do break above them. Then you get into a long position. And it works out pretty well, right? It's just EMA levels on these volatile altcoins does actually very, very well in the longer time frames if you're patient. But if we do break down below them, expect a nice move to the downside, right? Same thing goes with Bitcoin. Like if you guys look at Bitcoin, we really still haven't been able to break above these EMA levels. It's not an altcoin. It's not an altcoin, okay? We can't just, break above with the extremely volatile movement, hit 50K. I wish that's how life worked. We would all be feeling a hell of a lot better right now and be sitting on a lot of more money if we did see that happen. But, you guys got to think with your head and understand that, we have a lot of important levels to break through on Bitcoin. For example, I will be getting the Telcoin in a second. Sorry about that. We need to break above, first of all, this 34,200 zone. This is the first resistance that we have to break out of, and we have to hold this on a 12-hour, 8-hour candle. I would be very comfortable if we held that. Let's just say on a 12-hour candle, I'd be pretty comfortable, and then I would expect some sort of movement up to at least the 34,800 area to the 35K area. And if we held that and we continued this momentum to the upside, I would be looking for some 35, 36K. And when we do get to that 35, 36K area, what do we have, ladies and gentlemen? I'll show you what we have right here. Boom. Look at this candle right here. It's just waiting to be juiced, right? It's just waiting to be recovered. Large candle, right? That would be nice if we did get up there, but, chances are right now probably have another breakdown. That data is coming out tomorrow. I'm not sure if you guys knew that. Not a lot of people in crypto pay attention to when large data is coming out. Stock markets are releasing important stuff. Kind of important. I mean, it does affect crypto. Stock market always affects crypto. For the most part. But yeah. ETH possibly 700 or 1700 by the weekend. I mean, weekend's a while away, man. Weekend's a while away. So it's kind of not going on Bitstamp. I mean, yeah, ETH can go to $1,700 by tomorrow if we have a push down, bud. Right? No, that's not. Maybe, right? No. But we did break through this supports. We're kind of testing this area right here. We do have buying pressure with Ethereum here, right? If we break below this level right here, right, where we're currently at, if we break below this, expect this candle to be recovered in at least the next day or so if we do have that bearish momentum with Bitcoin. Right? Let's draw that out. Boom, right? We dip below the EMAs. Signifying we are in a downtrend. We are currently in a downtrend with Ethereum. We kind of broke out for a little bit. We had a little bit of an uptrend party. We tested on the daily. Looked a little bit more bullish. People got the 100K hopium there. It's okay. No, I'm not going to throw that on. I'll take this off, right? I don't know. Do you guys like that indicator? Does it give you a headache? I mean, I feel like it's pretty cool for the most part. One of you guys sent it. It's called PVC. It's open source, DW. It's pretty cool. Definitely helps me, or helped me today. I just like to mix it up with indicators. Like it doesn't, I'm not trading off of them. I'm just looking off of them. If you have a new indicator on, don't trade off of it unless you have a back tested strategy. I haven't back tested it. Don't have that done. I'm just having it on just because I do enjoy it and I do find it somewhat useful. I'm just using it as some sort of indicator to see if we're going to have some sort of breakout. I am going to be implementing a strategy with it because I know it would be successful. At least with what I'm trying to do with it. I'm trying to implement it with EMAs and also some VWAP and just market structure in general. That's kind of my plan with that. But just one of them. Just one of them. Looking for at least a push to around, yeah, if we break through this 4.3% or 4.13% down, 1950 for Ethereum, we really don't have much saving us in this area. What happens here? Large volatile movements. We don't see the buying pressure at least till this 1700 level. I don't think we're gonna hit 1700 exactly, buddy. I think we're probably gonna, I don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe we'll hit 1700 exactly like we did that day, but I think there'll be a little bit more buying pressure. It's giving you a little shit for 1700 exactly, but we'll have to see. If we do see that movement to the downside kind of come into fruition, I would expect, at least a push to around this 1931 level, right? I can guarantee if we have that if we break this support right here, we'll probably see this 1931 level. Not guaranteed, but for the most part. And what are indicators pointing towards us? We do see that bearish momentum boom to the downside. With volume. Guys, look how high we were in the bull market. Jesus, man. Crazy times. Bearish crossover. That's another volume indicator. Yeah, I have two volume indicators. Screw off, guys. I mean, it's just showing it in a different way. I don't know. It just helps a little bit. But CCI, we do have a bearish push through the MAs. What MAs do I have on exactly? I have 13, 21, 50, 100 MFI. Extremely important. I will be giving a tutorial on how to use MFI. I do like MFI, guys. This is better than RSI. It's more accurate and it's got a better success rate if you backtest it. But you know what? RSI. Yep. It's extremely efficient. 83, 82, whatever this is. 80 plus on the longer time frames and above. Let's say 4 hour, 1 hour, 12 hour, you normally have some success when it crosses back down and you get into a trade, right? Pretty good success. Have some convolution as well. Calls tops, pretty nice. Just simply using the oversold and overbought areas, because you have the super overbought and you have the super oversold areas. What do I mean super? All right, so what I mean by that is we're over 70, okay? If we're over 70 on RSI, if we're over, that 80 range on MFI, it's not looking too promising for, the majority of these coins to continue to go higher. I do like to buy when we cross back over and we are breaking through a support level. And we have that clear break. It's, you're just using convolution. You're getting better success rate with that. But yeah, Ethereum could push down a little bit. Let's go into Telcoin. I forgot about good old Telcoin. Sorry about that, buddy. Forgot to look at the longer time frames on Ethereum, just because I know you guys like to do that. Let's look at the weekly. Look at the monthly. Let's do a little fun thing here, guys. Let's look at the 12-month for Ethereum. Let's look at the 6-month. Oh, looks a little bearish, right? What did this do? That's not bad. I mean, that's not as bad as, some other coins, guys, if you do that. Yeah, this is a buy zone. You guys see how, yeah, look at that. On the 1 month, we haven't dipped below this zone. If we do get to a $1,700 Ethereum, there's going to be a lot of buying pressure. Thank you for, you guys telling me 1 month, 1 month, 1 month. I didn't actually notice that. Makes me a little bit more, makes me a little bit more happy. We do have a support here at 1450, though, on the 1 month. That's impressive. This is probably going to be a very large support. Look at, boom. This is all the way back from 2018. Boom, right? We use this as some sort of resistance level. If we go in the weekly too, look at, we use this as resistance. Boom, right around this area. This will be another buying zone long term if we do see these low prices. Have some bounce off of that zone. Telcoin, buddies. Telcoin's got the volatile movement. we got some crazy Telecoin experience. Telecoin's crazy, guys. I haven't touched Telecoin in a while. I'm not a believer in Telecoin anymore. Want to know why? If you guys look at volume, if you look at the volume, right? Look at what has happened to good old Telecoin's volume, right? When coins die off, all coins will die off in volume. Doesn't matter how big they are. Doesn't matter how, it doesn't matter how much good things they're doing. At some point, every coin from their peak of their volume, in that certain run, right? We just have downtrend in volume. Simple as that, right? We do have a break above. There's a few indicators you could use for that, actually, that I was using earlier, where you're essentially trading based off of, let me pull it up. You're essentially trading off of candlestick volume when it breaks out. For example, let's go to the shorter time frames, right? With Ethereum, you see how we have this large candlestick right here, this bullish candlestick right here. You're essentially setting some sort of moving average that's kind of setting up as a resistance, where if we do have a break, let's say above, a certain level with Telcoin or with a lot of these small cap altcoins, it'll put in a trade, or it's just, some certain thing that, you can just measure based off of volume. If we do have support and resistance with volume, that's a true thing, guys. It could be for the downside and the upside, and it'll put in a trade once you reach that, because, 80% of the time we'll have a push that's, 0.5% more, whatever it might be. Pretty interesting way to look at volume if you're looking at it from that perspective, right? Need to pull it up, do that here soon. It's actually in the Discord. Actually, let me link the Discord. We got a new Discord going on, guys. It's got great things in the Discord. I'll send the link here in a second. We got great things going on in this new Discord. Boom. We got a bunch of like TA shit. We got things that you guys will need to look into it. You guys are gonna want to look into Discord. There's some secret stuff in there. A lot of secret stuff that you guys are getting for free. It'll be pretty cool. You guys just gotta go back test some of the things that are in there, right? Go back test them. Go see, what the success rate is of what is posted in there. Okay, you guys will like it. I can guarantee you that. But don't ape in too much. Don't ape in too much. You guys will like it. Trust me. Also, a lot of other important information there. But yeah, Telcoin, not too bullish. Not too bullish. Do expect some sort of push to the downside with Telcoin, just because the volume keeps dying off. But obviously, right, Telcoin has these insane movements. What was that? 28% in 12 hours. Great stuff. Great stuff for Telcoin there. But I don't know. It's a little bit of a risk. If we do get down to these 15-cent zones, possibly, right? Possibly if we do dip, let's say 7%, 11%, 12%, maybe we see, a push, but that's a little bit of a risk, just because if we go across the bridge, boom, right? We can have this push to Telcoin down to the goddamn center of the earth, 42%. A little bit risky right now. When we were in these types of zones, we didn't have, we had some resistance right here. Look at, boom, resistance with Telcoin here, resistance with Telcoin kind of around that area. Not really, but yeah. All right. So yeah, we're giving TA calls in the new Discord now, so it'll be pretty fun from that aspect. All back tested, and it's just a community, guys. Just a community. Make sure to understand, right, that we need to see more volatility if we want to see Bitcoin go up. I know it sucks. I know it sucks for hodlers, right? Downtrend in volume. This is bearish volume too, right? This is top volume. But yeah, we did have a great alt run, guys. Let's, if we reflect back on the past, the amount of movement that we saw. I know you guys might have not gotten in the action, but you will see something to some potential like this, right? Yeah, 258% with Bitcoin, right? Cool. But altcoins, right? We've talked about some great altcoins, right? Shout out to the research team for those altcoins. I kind of put together a template. I figured that, that would help out a lot of you guys that, might be a little bit lost on how do you research, right? But I'm telling you, it's definitely worth it. Yeah, Bitcoin went up X amount of percent. A lot of these altcoins, guys, did a lot more than that if you bought them at the right times. If you dollar cost averaged into them at these low prices, right? That's 600% from Adam. You think that's a lot? Okay, let's go into ICP now. Let's go into Telcoin, for example, right? This is kind of a risky one. Does Telcoin have VCs? Anyone know? Right? What does this do? In let's just say in 100 days, what did Telcoin do? Around 100x. Yeah, that's a lot of hopium that I'm pumping into your gills, but you have to understand this is possible, right? You guys have the resources to do research, and very big there. You can learn TA too, right? You got all your research tools together. You can learn how to do TA on the side. Research is just a template, right? It's just a template. You learn what is important, what is not important. I know you guys can do it. You just have to believe in yourself, and you have to put in the time and the effort to, scour the interwebs, looking for good VCs and all that and whatnot. Price action and marketing. Marketing is extremely important. Look into marketing for all these cryptos. Do they have an important roadmap? How do these tokens get pumped up, right? They happen because of marketing, social analytics, and most importantly, VCs, right? VCs. But yeah, what else? Oh, yeah, you guys don't even want to know metal. What do you think about million token created by YouTuber Tech? No idea what the hell that is. No idea what the hell that is. Hydrate? Okay, I need to hydrate. You're right. What other coins? Come on, guys. All right. We'll go into Theta. Go back into Bitcoin, then we'll wrap this up here. Not much really. At night, probably should have streamed a little bit earlier. Was a little busy today. Yeah, Theta is extremely low. You gotta point. I've already mapped this out a little bit. This is kind of the range that we saw. I believe this was kind of the area that we were looking at Theta last time we talked about it. Right? Yeah. Broke through support. Join the Discord, guys. It's all about support, resistance. You could use EMAs. You could use other oscillators. Understanding them. I will be releasing some sort of book to give you guys some knowledge on how to exactly implement strategies. And I'll be giving you a bunch of mine as well. So look forward to that. Free templates for you guys. Just get the community together. It'll be nice. It'll be nice to get that running up again. Getting it better than ever. Support here. I am looking for some sort of push. I mean, this is just so low. Like, this has no price movement whatsoever. I mean, people will probably just trade the trend break on this one, is my guess. Is we will see some sort of trend break with the EMAs, and then you'll have a bunch of retail traders dump into Theta, because Theta has good volatility. For the most part, Theta has had really good volatility. I bet you we're below it. Yeah, right here. This is our volatile zone, right? This is our resistance. Boom. Exactly, right? This is where exactly. This is where our resistance is. If we break above this, boom. Pivotal point. Extremely important pivotal point right there. But yeah, I bet you we're in the black zone. Yep, we were. Black zone right here. Probably going to see some retracement back upwards, right? We always could dip down, especially if Bitcoin does take a diver. If we do dip down to this support level, this would be a great opportunity to get some Theta. I can guarantee you, if Bitcoin does go up at this point. Not going to guarantee, just I don't know why I said that, but don't mean to guarantee you guys shit, except for you got to learn, and good things will happen to you. That was a 40% gain in around 3 days, or around actually 2 days there with Theta. 12 hours, actually. Sorry. When was this? 21st? Oh, yeah, I think I might remember that. These kind of mixed together. You're working all the time. But yeah, that would be around 27% push down. We could always come down to these zones for 464. Let's go across the bridge. What do we see? Anything really of importance? No. We kind of have a lower level at this 398. But for the most part, not too much resistance. Maybe, you know, this 464.9 level, but not looking good for theta if we do have that momentum down. But if we do break above the EMAs, expect breakout traders, right? Like that's what people just trade off of, is just these breakouts, right? It's a strategy. You just trade off of breakouts. You have EMA cross, you have trend line break, and you'll have a bunch of people buy into breakout trades. You know, oscillators come up. It's a great strategy, right? It's trend lines and just trend reversal, break above EMAs. Bitcoin's looking a little bit bullish, and a lot of these altcoins will do good things for you. Always set your stop losses though, just in case, little reversal. Yep. So I want to see Bitcoin. I really do want to see Bitcoin recover this large candle here, kind of come back up to this 34,241 zone. If we do make a higher high here, this is the thing right here, guys. All right. So we could break out to the upside right here with Bitcoin. As you guys can see, we have been making lower low after lower low after low, or we have been making higher low after higher low after higher low. But we really haven't had, you know, momentum like this. This could be the channel that could really put Bitcoin over the edge. If we break above this trend line right here and we break out of this zone right here, this can bring Bitcoin all the way up to probably around 35-ish K. But I want to see that happen, right? It's just, you know, a what if possibility type of thing with Bitcoin. But it's kind of nice to see that we're making some sort of higher low if we do hold it here. If we do hold it, okay, just on the 4-hour time frame. If we look at the 12-hour, still looking a little bit bearish. 4 hours giving me a little different opinion, but you know, I'm going to stick to the longer time frames as that's more safe, like all of you guys should be doing, trying to set a good example. But yeah, little bearishness right now going on. MACD flipping to the downside. RSI crossing to the downside. We already went over this with Bitcoin. Yeah, for the most part, we'll be streaming in the morning tomorrow. And we got to make sure to, you know, pay attention to when this data will be released. Tomorrow will be a high volatile day. Be excited, be excited, be excited. All right, so I'll do a few more questions and then we'll go in. All right, so Luna. Oh, yeah, we went into Luna. Luna did exactly as predicted. I don't know, did it? All right, above the volatility zone, what happens, right? Boom. I didn't even have this indicator by then, and I was just, you know, when you have a pump, okay, guys, it's when you have a coin go up so much. If you've been following charts, if you guys look at the charts quite a while, you'll notice a trend where coins, I mean, actually, you will notice a trend in volume too, okay, volume, right? It's mainly actually just volume. I'll get you guys some sort of idea on this about volume. Is just so important. Volume is extremely important. And most trades, most people are doing are based off of volume, volume breakouts, volume breakdowns, and it's extremely important. It's pivotal. Really, it is. And we need to understand that when the coins get news, they're not going to increase in volume forever. Right, that doesn't happen. Only happens in bull markets, right? And so when we do have a nasty bear market like we had with this drop in Luna, this isn't a head and shoulders pattern. I know you guys head and shoulders. No, it's not. It's a meme at this point. But yeah, I would expect for the main part, you know, when you have these extreme run-ups, extreme volatility. Yes, it can continue, right? Yes, it can continue. But at some point, when you have that bullish volatility kind of die off and you don't see as much of a volatile price movement, you can kind of guarantee that, you know, money can't keep flooding in a market where, you know, volume's going down. Coins can only go up so much in volume. But when volume's going up, okay, coins can go up for as long as they want until volume slows down. You see how this volume picks up here? Volume's picking up here, okay? These coins, they will go up forever and ever and ever until they slow down in volume, right? Then they're going to go down, right? And then they're going to go down because they slowed down in volume. And same thing goes for here, right? We saw a little slowdown in the volume. If we throw on this indicator right here, we kind of didn't really break through much at all. And we're kind of in the deadlock zone of the VPVR right here. We do have this resistance. Boom. It's just drawing it at this one right here. And then we also have this pivotal point where we can make that breakdown to this $4 zone, believe it or not, if we do have a large push down in Bitcoin, which is 44% down on Luna. They do have the airdrop. Okay. I don't think that they'll do that. Like I said, you know, until we get really low prices in Bitcoin, I do expect Luna to make some sort of higher low from, you know, these levels right here. But yeah, that's my Luna prediction, right? I'll do AAVE next. So you guys talking about that one. I do thoroughly enjoy AAVE because we do have a breakout. We broke trend. We broke EMAs. Everyone pump it, right? That's what the consensus was of AAVE. Using the 55 EMA as some great support right now. We want to see at least, you know, a push above this pivotal point if we do want to see a breakout. But if Bitcoin does have a diver, expect us to break down, and this is a resistance zone, so expect us to break down, possibly reclaim. If we break through this support right here and we reclaim the EMAs on the downside, expect us maybe to hit this 206 zone, which is a large dip down, 30%. I would say that's kind of possible considering the fact that AAV is only down around 56%. Most coins are down 70, 80, even 90%. So, you know, if you guys are prepared for some sort of pullback on Bitcoin, and we see, you know, oscillators are slowing down, it's kind of pointing towards the downside. We do seem to be forming some bearish divergence a little bit here in volume. So just take that into consideration. If we break through trends on this little 12-hour, we'll go on the daily. Look at the daily, guys. Holy moly. Yeah. Not looking the best. You see, when we pump up in volume like this, normally what happens, guys, what does this look like? These look like mountains, okay? Looks like Mount Everest. But if you guys look at these numbers on the side, okay, when we reach such a high number, we have that volatile push to the upside, right? But want to know what happens? We have that volatile push to the downside, okay? Maybe we'll have a double top, right? Maybe we'll have this double top, whatever it might be, and we have another push. Hopefully we do, right? Hopefully we do. But at the same aspect, you know, we kind of seen some volatility here, and we are going down at a very, very fast pace. We could just see that large push down to the downside and see some very, very negative Luna, or AAVE, excuse me. But yeah, bearish. We're extremely overbought on MFI, overbought on CCI, overbought on MACD, bearish divergence. Also, we are looking a little bit bearish on RSI as well. I would say for the most part, because we do have, this is on the daily. I need to go on a shorter time frame. Yeah, we had that push. Figured it looked a little bit lower time frames on RSI. I'm not the biggest fan. I like MFI better than RSI. Statistically, it is better. Don't let anyone tell you differently. Back tested, it is better statistically. All right, so that's gonna be the end of the episode. I will go through Engine Coin before we end this off, because I am interested in Engine Coin a little bit right now, actually, at the moment. 4 hour right now for me looks pretty fun. We have been in this nice uptrend, guys, right? Been in this nice uptrend with Engine. We want to see, you know, momentum kind of shift. Let me take off this VPVR. We want to see momentum shift, obviously, right? But we're extremely high on the longer time frames. We have been high. We have a lot of divergence on the higher time frames. We're a little bit overbought on the higher time frames, and we seem to be coming down a little bit, right? This is kind of the consensus for just about, you know, most of these altcoins that we've been talking about. Guys, look at this. But yeah, we need to understand that, you know, triple top a little bit, but we need to understand that, you know, we have to, you know, as quick as we come up, we have to come down when we are in these bear markets. Hopefully we pump up more, but we need to be looking at these key levels of resistance, right? We have one here at 168. Please, hopefully we go up to these levels. That'd be very nice to see. And volume has increased on Engine Coin. Look at, boom. Volume increase, right? But for the most part, look how flat this volume is. Flat. Voyager token, Engine Coin, it's on Voyager. It was on Voyager a while. Coinbase listing. When was Coinbase listing? I'll tell you guys when Coinbase listing was. Right here. Must have been here in April. Coinbase listing, boom, right? Must have been it. But yeah, for the most part, probably if we break through this support right here, you're going to see a nice push, at least down, we'll just say down to around... Let's map this zone out. We go. actually backspace here. Go down to somewhere around this 91 cent level. Somewhere around this 91 cent level. We do have this, though. You see, across the bridge, guys, now that we aren't in, you guys got to get your heads out of your fucking asses. All right, we haven't gone. We're across the bridge, guys. Okay, across the bridge. Now it's unless we do make that push up, we gotta look across the bridge, as one would say. Sorry for getting a little bit angry there. Shouldn't be cursing like that. But yeah, I would say we also have that level around $6. And we tested across the bridge, by the way, guys. Right around, we have a few wicks up to there. Look at that. We tested literally the exact same level. Didn't really test it over here, though. But for the most part, it kind of looks legit, right? I like historical supports and resistances a lot better, but I still draw them just to get some sort of feel. I feel the historical ones work out a little bit more. But yeah, if we see a push above EMAs on, let's say, for example, the 12-hour, we've already seen it. But if we see, a push below and we break through trends, expect some nice push to the downside. We'll make those levels for you real quick. So it's first to support at 1, 2, 4, right? Bitcoin really needs to take a little bit of a diver if we want to see those levels. We've already had a nice push down an engine. We are in a 8% push to the downside. This could be some sorts of bull flag, though. If we go to the shorter time frames, let's go, for example. You can trade bull flags on like the 15-minute. As you guys can see, we have that push down, that leg up, right? We have that leg up. We'll go draw this. Shitty one, whatever. But you guys give. All right. Yep, but for the most part, we've kind of already broken through it, so it's not looking too good for Engine Coin. I do want to see at least some movement below the EMAs in the longer time frames. We're not going to go on the 15-minute. Thinking about it, probably shouldn't be going on the 15-minute, but do expect some push down. But we need to be considering what Bitcoin's doing. It looks bearish. I don't want to say that because you guys are going to ape into it, even though I just said it. But we need to be looking at Bitcoin. Not smart to do that. No. But we do see on the 4-hour, we do see selling pressure around this area. If we do break down below it, we could retrace and kind of get some of these candles on the left side of the screen here. We could retest down to around this 113 area. We do have support down here as well around this 114.15 area. As you guys can see here, this is some buying pressure. We'll make our supply and our demand zones, right? Supply, right? Or that's demand. Shit. This is our, we'll go actually a little bit. Keep it there. We're on the 4-hour shorter time frames. But yeah, people are selling up in these areas right here. All right. So what else? Thanks for the best AT. You're making me money, bro. Everyone, give this guy a shout out for appreciation. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Can you check BTC hourly candles? We'll do that real quick. Last thing, guys. Appreciate it, man. So hourly candles. We don't see, right? What do we see here? What is this called? So this is called a little bit of bearish candles. Doesn't mean that we're going to pump down, right? We could break out of this. But when you see wicks that are facing upwards, that does show that there's selling pressure in these areas. People are selling in these areas. They do not want to pump price above them. We don't really see, we do have a little bit of an engulfing candle happening right now for this. But for the main part, if we do not break through these areas, I do expect, actually, let's make this a little bit lower. I expect price to probably come back to this trend line right here on the 1-hour, but we are gambling a little bit because we are in the 1-hour and we do have some bullish divergence happening with multiple indicators. We do have a bullish crossover. We do have a bullish push and a break above the MA levels on the 1-hour. So I am kind of looking for price to go up. We could always come back down to this trend line, but it is going to be looking, a little bit like a bullish push to the upside. All right, so that's the end of the episode. All right, great 1-hour stream that we did right here. 1 hour is looking bullish, right? 4-hour, let's go check. Looking a little bit bearish. 12-hour bearish, daily bearish. We need to see price close above 34K or at least 34,200 50, and we still have to break these resistance zones right here, and we have important news coming out tomorrow. Do you think inflation is going to happen? Leave a like if you guys you guys think that we're going to get a little bit inflated. Okay, got a good feeling that we are. I'm going to post Discord a few more times in the chat. Got a lot of good things coming. Got a lot of good things coming here in the future for you guys. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right, so hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to have a great rest of your night and stay safe. Yeah, that's going to be it.